Marketing is like the thing that takes the incredible life-saving invention or technique or whatever and helps people, or time-saving thing in businesses. I had a piece of direct mail that came to me that said, your house was built before 1970, and that's when lead paint was exclusively used. Take this guide and go to your windows and look for this alligator cracking pattern on your paint. And if you have that, you should know that you have lead. And if you have it on windows, don't open the windows until someone from my team comes out to review it to let you know if it's safe or not. We're on a mission to help 1,000 homes in Philadelphia abate their lead so kids don't get lead poisoning. Dude, unbelievable. Education, direct call to action, like get in my house, immediate value.
And I think that's one of the things that founders don't necessarily think about on the front end is, they think we want to do marketing. And it's they think it's lead gen, it's those that are already in the market, and it's just getting people to take some action, and we sell them stuff.
Right.
But there's a whole spectrum, and the messaging is different at each one of those. You message somebody very differently. They have different questions. They have different level of information when they're solution aware,
Yep.
and they already know about the solution. They're on the hunt for that, than if they are problem unaware. And they're like, just like the house example, I didn't even know that lead pipes were still a thing.
Right.
Huh.
Either.
And so that's very different marketing at that stage than I'm looking for somebody to replace this pipe.
Very different. Yeah. And just think of what that is. We went through the paint around our windows is leaded paint. And I don't know if you know this, but when kids get lead poisoning, people are like, lead chips, whatever. Dude, it's lead dust. It's the windows, and you slide the windows up and down, and it rubs. That makes dust. It falls down to the lowest surfaces, and the smallest people in your family and your animals roll all over that. And they put that in their mouth. So that's where lead comes from for consumption. And we didn't really appreciate that much when we moved in, and we got lead remediated and stuff. But if I had a piece of direct mail that came to me that said, your house was built before 1970, and that's when lead paint was exclusively used.
Yep.
Take this guide and go to your windows and look for this alligator cracking pattern on your paint. And if you have that, you should know that you have lead. And if you have it on windows, don't open the windows until someone from my team comes out to review it to let you know if it's safe or not. We're on a mission to help 1,000 homes in Philadelphia abate their lead so kids don't get lead poisoning. Dude, unbelievable. Education, direct call to action.
Fantastic.
Get in my house.
Immediate value.
Immediate value.
Yeah.
Right. And it becomes impossible to forget that. It's like, you just told me all these problems. This woman who did the lead abatement, the woman who owned the business, we were chatting, and she's like, you're one of the only houses that I can remember coming to where we've abated lead before the kids had learning disabilities.
Wow.
Like, how is this unknown? Our neighbors, they had a kid, and they were like, how do you know if you have lead? Do we have lead? So then they hired the guy with the XRF gun to come out and shoot all the paint and everything. Right? So they had to get educated. Our other neighbors, they knew, and they have a whole process to remediate. I mean, it's significant, and it's just we went from unaware to aware to hyper ready to spend kind of any amount of money to solve the problem. And it would have been better, I think, if it wasn't for my wife, if it was for a marketer who was talking to us. My wife was the one who heard about lead paint and the issues with it. I really just didn't know. So marketing is the thing that takes the incredible life-saving invention or technique or whatever and helps people, or time-saving thing in businesses.
Yes.
Yeah. Marketing is incredibly useful for that stuff.